Brother Ahmed said that he is a born Muslim. He comes from Iraq. He read the Quran, he read the books, but he commits many sins. He believes maybe sometimes he's agnostic and he's lazy for praying. Brother, before I answer your main question, if you do sins and if you're lazy for praying, that does not make you a non-Muslim. As long as you believe that praying is fard, sometimes you miss, it's a sin. It's a major sin that you sometimes don't pray, but that doesn't make you a non-Muslim. If you say praying is not required, then you're doing kufr. But if sometimes you do sin, sometimes minor sin, sometimes major sin, it is haram, it's forbidden, but that does not throw you outside the fold of Islam. There are sometimes waswasa of the shaitan asking you, you're a Muslim, but this is wrong in Islam, this is wrong. And it does deviate the person's mind. At that time, maybe your iman may be low. But these things should not make you consider that you're non-Muslim. Regarding a question that I mentioned in my speech, and you're right, that Almighty God is the creator, but He Himself is uncreated. You ask the question, how can the uncreated, how can we see the uncreated, and how it's possible? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Khaliq, is the creator. And by definition, He's uncreated. Because normally people say that when they try and prove in logic that everything has a creator, who created this table, the carpenter, from where he got, from the tree, who created the tree, so it goes back to Allah. So when many of the people try to convince an atheist, they try and say that everything has a creator, and then they get trapped when the atheist asked him, who created Allah? So if you hear my tapes, I never go that way. I ask the atheist that how did you come to know about the universe? How did you come to know about the functioning of the stars, of the sun? And he says, and goes back, that the creator. So it's the vice versa. So if you know how to deal with logic, you don't trip over this problem with the atheist trap, the Muslims or the believers, by saying who created Allah. By definition, Allah is uncreated. And if you ask the question, who created Allah? If you have heard my tapes, I give the reply, that suppose a person comes and says that my brother John.
Yeah, I know, I saw that, I heard that's funny, but I mean, how does he exist if he's uncreated?
That is Allah.
Yeah.
That's the difference between you and Allah. How does he exist means he was existing. He doesn't have a beginning. You and I have a beginning, that's human being. So that is the difference between us and Allah. You can't say that Allah has to be like us. If Allah is like you and me, why should we worship Him?